data in useful format. So basically, the pivot table feature is used for tabulation of pivot tables are used for tabulation of data, and if the data is in the raw form means which is structured in the form of rows and columns. We cannot draw insights and conclusions and any concrete result from those rows and columns. So in order to draw some kind of insights from that data, we need to prepare tables. That process of preparing table is known as tabulation. So this pivot table feature to is used for tabulation of data. Data, no matter how large it is, I mean thousands of columns and rows, the data can be analyzed, can be with the help of pivot tables. So I have shared with you a file uh, through which I will demonstrate how we can use these pivot tables. But before that, I want to draw your attention that last Saturday I shared with you one small clip demonstrating the use of VLOOKUP. But out of 84 students that are present right now, not less, less than 30 people have, viewed or cared to watch that video. So that shows your seriousness and how much serious you people are. So I again recommend you kindly go and view that video that explains the use of VLOOKUP. I have already shared with you the example file, and try to apply this and become familiar with the VLOOKUP function of a spreadsheet. So for today, we are going to see the use of pivot tables. So in short, pivot tables are used for tabulation of data to draw insights from it.
Sir, what's the meaning of pivot?
Pivot is a point through which we can change the direction. So for example, in case of ships, in the old days, if we want to change the direction of the ship, there was a point through which if we turn that, the direction of the ship was used to change. So that point or that control point is known as pivot. So the name of this feature is pivot table because the control is in the hands of the operator. Because which data point should come in the rows and columns and what should be the actual format of the table, we can play with these ideas. The control is in our hand. So we can control the presentation of the data, which columns and sub columns, sub rows. So we can decide on these things. This is in our hand. That is why the word pivot. So pivot is a point through which we can control the direction of something. So like in the old days, it was used in the context of ship. So, but in this context of spreadsheets, pivot means we can decide the presentation of the data. The what data should come in the rows, what data should come in the columns, which data we want to ignore, which data we want to include in the table, things like that. Because not all kinds of presentation is relevant. most of the data, I mean, say for example, the data is running into maybe 60 to 70 columns and thousands of rows. So not all data points are relevant. So we have to decide on the relevance and importance of a particular data. So this is the so any kind of data, because most of the organizations right now all over the world are generating a lot of data, and we need to draw insights. We have to analyze that data in a very short period of time. So this is a very useful and simple tool to analyze large databases. So let me open up the file that I have shared with you. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So here is a small example in front of you. There is a automobile dealer who has collected some kind of data. What kind of data? I mean, from the buyers of a station wagon, he has collected the data regarding family size. What is the family size, and what is the income of the family? So this is two data points: family size and income. So a salesperson has collected these two data points from the purchasers and I mean from the buyers of the station wagon. So using a pivot table, this is the data. This is the data. In the first column, uh, people were asked whether they own a station wagon or not, and so the answer is yes, no, like that. In the second column, the data about family size is there. Whether the and so they have been asked what is the family size, and based on that, they have been categorized into two types: small and large. Similarly, they have been asked about their salary, and based on salary, they have been classified into two categories: low and high. So the problem is, how can I determine how family size and income influence the likelihood that a family will purchase a station wagon? So as a marketing manager, as an owner or as a marketing head, I am interested and you are interested in knowing what is the likelihood that the family will purchase a station wagon based on the income of the family and based on the family size of the family. Size of the family and income of the family. These are two factors. So what is the likelihood that if a family is large, then the likelihood is more, or if the family is less, small in size, then it will more likely purchase the station wagon. Similarly, we can frame the question in terms of income of the family also. So this is a very simple thing which we can perform, which the problem we can solve using pivot table. So there is a home tab here on the upper right hand side, and just adjacent to the home tab there is another tab that is insert. Are you able to look at the insert tab? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you will come to the okay, Junaid. Okay, so you will come to the insert tab, and here you will look at the these functions. So first function is pivot table, and the second function here is recommended pivot table. So since we want to play with the data, we want to play with the ideas, we want to we want flexibility. So that is why we will click on pivot table. So once I will click pivot table, it is asking us where the data is contained. Select a table or range. So it has automatically selected the data range. See here, select a table or range. So input table range. So table data, I mean the data has automatically been selected. So there is no need to change this portion. If sometime it happens that the software does not automatically selects the data, in that case we can manually select the data. Then it is asking where the output pivot table should be reported, in the new worksheet or in the existing worksheet. So I want the output to be displayed in a new worksheet instead of on the same worksheet. So the default selection is on the new worksheet. So I will leave it just like that. I will not change it. And then I will click OK. So once I will click OK, here you can see pivot table. Here the options are coming: rows, filters, columns, and values. And here are the three data points. The first data point, whether they own station wagon or not. The second data point regarding family size. The third data point is salary. So we want to play with these three data points and we want to draw some insights, some conclusions based on this data. So how we can do this? So say for example, let us first drag this in the rows. So then let us drag the station wagon here also. So as you can see, a table has already been prepared here. So 19 out of 300 okay. So see, the table has automatically been generated. Out of 343 people, there are 195 families that said that they don't own a station wagon. And there are 148 families that have said that they own a station wagon. So this is the simple, tabulation. Say for example, we want a breakup based on family size. So I will drag this family size here. And again, a new table will be generated. Look at this table. So out of 148 people who own a station wagon, 138 people have said that their family is very large. And only 10 people or 10 family have indicated that their family size is small. So based on this table, we can say that if the family size is large, they are more likely to buy station wagon, isn't it? And if the family size is small, then they are less likely to purchase a station wagon. And similarly, we can look at the no data also, those who have indicated no. So in that case, those with small family size, they have indicated that they don't own station wagon. So let us analyze based on salary. So I will deselect this and I will select salary and drag it to the row. So now see, those who have told that their family income is high, they are more likely to own a station wagon, because out of 148 families, 110 families have indicated that their income is high, and only 40 people have said that their income is low. Only 40 families are such who said that their income is low. So look how we are able to play with the data. I mean, this is process data. This is how we are processing. We are, presenting the data in an understandable form. But if you will look at, the raw data is this. So it is very difficult to, draw any conclusion from the raw data unless we tabulate them in a useful format. So in this case, this pivot table feature of most of the spreadsheet softwares. They help us in tabulating a large data so that we can draw some conclusions out of that data. And let us create some more levels. So if I include salary and family size in the same table, let us see what happens. So it has created one more level. First, the first level is high and low, that is based on income. Then the second level is based on the family size, that is large and small. So the file that I have shared with you, just open this on your those Excel file and try to play with this data. Let me show you another example. This example is regarding the sales of different products. And there is one column for year, then there is one column for month, stores, group, product, units, and then revenue. So say for example, we may be interested in knowing which product is generating highest revenue for the company. So the product is in the column E and the revenue is in the column G. So we want a cross tabulation of E and G. So in this case also we can use with the pivot table feature. We can take help from pivot table. So we will come to the insert tab. Then we will click on the pivot table. It has automatically selected the data range. We want the output on a new sheet. So I will leave it just like that and I will click OK. Now the data points are here and the rows and values and columns are here. So I can play with these, data points. So say for example, I want product wise data. So where is the product? Product is here. I want products to be in the rows. So look, these are the products which have come in the rows. I want revenues to be in the column. So revenue has been tabulated in the column. Say if I want year-wise tabulation without any label, so I'm removing the product. So the year-wise data has been calculated here. In 2005, the revenue was this much. In 2006, the revenue was this much, and like that. So say for example, if I want the data to be presented store-wise, I mean which store has generated more revenue, we want to reward, we want to look at the performing versus non-performing stores of the company. So I can draw it like this. So there are 4 stores, east, north, south and west, and the revenue store-wise has been tabulated here. We can create levels also. So say for example, in east, the first level is store level and the second level of the data is product. We can minimize this also like this. If we want to look at the detailed data, we can click on the plus sign and data will be, the table will be expanded like this. So isn't it a good feature? So if your boss asks you and provides you a database and asks you to analyze that data, this is a very useful feature you can use for tabulation as well as charting. So pivot table and pivot chart. These are 2 sister functions because in the similar way you can prepare a pivot chart also. So one of you was asking about the meaning of the pivot. So this is pivot because we are dragging something here to the row and column and values like that. We can do things like that. So we are pivoting, we are controlling, we are giving direction to the table. So say for example, we want year-wise data in the column and uh, store-wise in the rows. It is not calculating group-wise. No. So we want years in the rows and product in the columns. It is not taking up. Do you want to replace? Yes. So we can prepare, we can tabulate the data in any format that we wish, but the data must, make some sense. It's not, if the software is not very intelligent, so sometimes the table may not make any sense. So we have to look whether the data, the table that is being generated is making any sense or not. So say, look, for example, in this table, the data is appropriate because the rows, the year is in the rows and products are in the columns. And these data actually denote the revenue generated by those products. So at the end column, the grand total year wise and the grand total of the overall data has been computed. So just like we are preparing the table, we can also, in a similar way, we can prepare the charts also. So
एक्सक्यूज मी सर
yes,
सर ये कॉलम एंड रोज का फंक्शन तो समझ आ गया, लेकिन ये वैल्यूज का क्या क्या रोल है?
अंडर फिल्टर्स टू सर, ये फिल्टर्स वाला ऑप्शन क्या करता है, मतलब कौन से फिल्टर्स ऐड करता है?
filter means, say for example, the data is for 3 years, 2005, 6, and 7, and but we think that 2005 data is not relevant, so we need to just show 2006 and 7 data. So we can filter 2005 data. Just come to the filter section and deselect 2005. And this. Okay, so now look at this. 2005 data has been filtered out. So if we want to filter out any particular month or particular year or any particular product or things like that, any variable if we want to filter out, we can use the feature of filter.
Sir, what about values?
Values means through values we are basically telling this software in these cells which value should be calculated. So basically we are interested in the revenue. We don't want years and products to be in this column B. We want revenues. So that is why we will drag this revenue thing in the value box. So at the title of this column is sum of revenue. So it is telling us that it is calculating this sum. Sometimes what happens, we can change this sum to, say for example, there is an option here, move value field setting. So come here and instead of sum, we can calculate percentage also. Where is the percentage? Sum, count, average, max, min. So percentage formula is not coming here. So say for example, if we want to just count instead of summing the revenue data, we want to sum the, we want just counting. So we will select on the count and it will render us the, it will just, count those figures and calculate the counting of the revenue. But this data is not, making any sense. So that is why count is not relevant. So we want the sum of the revenue. In the case of station vacancy, for example, in this data, in this example, let us try to change it to percentage. Show value as
The number for
now the option of percentage is coming here. Percentage of grand total. Okay. Now the same data has been tabulated in the form of percentage. Earlier it was count of station vacancy. Now it is it has been expressed in terms of percentage. So instead of percentage, we want the count. So again, we can change from here, no calculation, and it will come back to the count. Actually, so there is a lot of features associated with the pivot table and pivot charts. So if you will try to apply these on your own, then you will learn a lot. And this is a trial and error process through which you can learn a lot. But the basic point is that through pivot table, you can tabulate a large database. And if the situation is of this nature that the data is very large and you have been asked to tabulate it, one way is to do it manually. But this feature, the pivot table, is very useful because the manual part can be, we can escape the manual part. We can, prepare the table just on few clicks, just using few clicks. So this is a very useful function in most of the spreadsheet softwares. So what I expect from you is that the file I have shared with you, kindly open these on your laptops and try to play with the data I have provided to you. And say, for example, another sheet is there in the same file where salesperson, country, and things like that are given. So if I ask you to prepare a table salesperson wise or country wise or city wise, so you must be able to prepare that kind of table also. So that is all for today. And if anybody has not typed his or her name in the chat box, please type it. And thank you very much for patiently listening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.